Good evening, everyone, and good evening to Mr. Bard Lombard. Sorry if I misspelled your name. Now, you said that I admitted that hadiths are fallacies. Where did I say that? I didn't say that. The fallacies is one example of a fallacy is believing that Islam is a religion of terrorism. Islam is spread by the sword, and it's not only us who are refuting such fallacies. I already indicated the name of a book by Sir Thomas Arnold about the spread of Islam in the world and the history of peaceful preaching. Not only Sir Thomas Arnold is grateful to the Islamic civilization, also by editing this book about the influences and impression of Islam, also by Sir Thomas Arnold and other writers as well, writing a book about the enduring legacy of Muslims, Lost History, by Michael Hamilton Morgan, if you ever heard of it, and other books such as John Freely Aladdin's Lamp on how Greek science came to Europe through the Islamic world. So a great civilization which was built by Islam and reached a golden age while Europe was in its dark ages in medieval times is not a religion of bloodshedding and terrorism. Now, by terrorism we mean acts of violence against civilians. Islam strictly prohibits any act of violence against civilians. In the Quran, chapter number 2, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 190, it says that, "Fight in the way of Allah those who fight you, but do not transgress, for surely Allah loves not transgressors." So we Muslims should fight the fighters in the battlefield exclusively. How do we know that? Also, we can check in Surah number 60 in the Quran, Surah Al-Mumtahina. In verse number 8, it says, "God forbids you not, in regard of those who did not fight you among non-Muslims, to be kind to them, to be just to them, for surely God loves those who are just and kind." So, in a nutshell, I want to tell you again, go and read. Read more. You have half-truth and distorted images about Islam because of your false readings. If you want to hate Islam, go ahead. You can find a lot of twisted facts and lies about Islam on the internet. But if you want to discover Islam, go and read about Islam from its genuine sources so you can know more about it. And when those scholars, Christian scholars, and non-Muslim scholars read more about Islam, they came with the conclusion that Islam was not spread by the sword, it was spread by the word. And the sword of Muslims protected civilians and fought exclusively against enemy combatants. And if you go anywhere in the Muslim world, you will find Christians living alongside Muslims. I'm from Lebanon, and some churches are alongside mosques in downtown Beirut and in other places. We had Christian neighbors, I have Christian friends. There's no compulsion in religion. Over 1400 years, there have been coexistence, while in Europe, the Catholic Church did not tolerate Christians of different sects. And you can go and read as much as you want in your books of history, in any encyclopedia, and you'll find out about that. So please, my friend, if you allow me to be your friend, read and read more. I assure you, I have been a practicing Muslim for more than 20 years, and I have been studying comparative religion, philosophy. I have studied the Bible from the Old Testament, from the Genesis to Revelations in the New Testament, and I have had debates and dialogues with scholars of Christianity and with people of many religions such as Hinduism and Buddhism and many other ideologies. And the more I learn and I read, I come to conclusion that Islam is the true religion based on evidence. If you want to know more about that, feel free to contact me through my inbox, and I will help you through that. And have a good evening, my friend.